The Russinize Your Day Show is brought to you by Lori Tornga, a realtor with Wykert Realtors in West Michigan. Give her a call, 616-299-9479. Lori Tornga with Wykert Realtors. Let her know you heard about her right here on the Russinize Your Day Show. And a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Russinize Your Day Show. I'm your host, Russ. And with me, per usual, is the other host on this particular program. And he is
Brent.
In studio with us today.
This is real juvenile of you.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dollface?
Oh, okay. Mock my voice.
Why? What are we talking about? Mocking your voice for what?
I decided this is going to be my new podcast.
Mike Wazowski.
You forgot to fill out your paperwork, Mike.
Your new persona is a smoker?
Yes. I've had it up at 3 packs a day.
Wow, that's quite a bit.
I'm a chimney.
You're smoking like a chimney.
Yep.
So yeah, what's you sick or? I haven't seen you in several
hours.
No,
I have no idea what's going on. I feel pretty good.
That's just
yeah.
Wow, that's
besides my voice.
All right, well, we're taking a little bit rougher approach to the Russinize Your Day Show now. So we've got the enforcer here with us. He's going to keep you in line.
Hey, no, turn it back up. Turn it back up. Get over here.
You kind of sound a little bit like Harvey Fierstein.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay.
I was doing a drill instructor, considering the fact that I know him pretty well.
You know him pretty well, but you do a pretty terrible job at impersonating them.
Oh, you've been through boot camp?
No, I've seen movies.
No.
Do you want to go down that road?
Oh yeah.
I've seen movies. So.
I was there in person.
I understand.
I could do the whole Full Metal Jacket thing. Oh wait, no, he doesn't really.
It's from the guy who knows him so well.
No, in the movie.
No, please, what's going on here, buddy?
No, in the movie
please,
he doesn't.
Enlighten us.
But in real life,
you were so indignant that you knew him, and now you can't even.
In real life, they like to go, no, look at me, no. They say some other words, but could be offensive. Like for 3 months, I thought my name was retard. Retard, come here.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm on an email. I'm on an email thread with your drill sergeants. We chat. So
yeah. Oh, okay.
They told me to say that.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of feel like I've been yelling for 3 months at.
Were you yelling at your TV for the Iowa Caucus?
It could have been that. I was all up in arms about that. I was like, yeah. Well, I can't really do what I was doing because of my voice.
Yeah.
So maybe I should stop cheerleading for politics.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe just stop cheerleading. Get rid of the cheerleader's outfit. Specifically, we're on a podcast. Nobody can see you. So we'd prefer if you just wore normal attire.
I like how it feels. Sorry. Deal with it.
2 more presidential candidates have dropped out of the race.
That's sad.
Yeah, well, it is one of the Rand Paul dropped out. He suspended his campaign, and Rick Santorum will be suspending his campaign as well.
It's kind of, it's like I said, that is kind of sad. But Santorum wasn't really pulling very much. Rand Paul, he seemed like he had a decent following, except for in Iowa, he didn't really pull it out.
No, I don't know. Rand always, to me, seems angry.
He does.
Does he? Like, he always seems like he's upset about something, and I guess kudos, but. Donald Trump channels his I'm upset about something in such a comedic way that but Rand actually you really think like, okay, come on, man.
Yeah, calm down a little bit. Let's
even
have some
when
fun.
he interjects himself into a part of the conversation, he seems angry.
He does, and he was on what was it, Jimmy Fallon?
Sure, I don't know.
I think he was on Jimmy Fallon, and he was trying to crack some jokes, and yeah,
I don't know. Those rigid constitutionalists aren't really good on the humor side.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Ted Cruz was called a maniac, and he went to Twitter and he posted the song "I'm a Maniac."
True, and Ted has some moments, but when he's out there trying to crack a joke here and there, it's pretty lame.
Yeah. Well, they're not running for stand-up comedian of the year.
Not saying that. No need to take offense to it. I'm just telling you how it is here, because they're not good at cracking jokes. But it's part of the endearing thing of some of these people. The other one, I think, who also looks angry is Marco Rubio. He always seems to be yelling.
He does,
and yeah, it always he always seems so intense about stuff. In his victory speech for placing third, for losing the Iowa Caucus, in his victory speech, he sounded that way. Everybody was like, "Oh, he did such a good job." I watched his speech and I was like, "He did an okay job." It was the normal Marco Rubio stump speech. I heard somebody talk about Ted Cruz pandering to religious voters.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard Marco Rubio? If there's ever been a person pandering slightly less than Donald Trump, but almost up to that level, it's Marco Rubio, hands down.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have, we've already pointed out that politicians will pander, but who panders the most? I think I heard some along the same lines, and this person was like, "You see, Ted Cruz is out there in his blue jeans. He never wears slacks." Well, maybe he feels comfortable in his blue jeans. It doesn't mean he's pandering.
Right. Why people would be so upset about that is like, seriously? You're upset about that?
Yeah.
That's
heaven forbid that a politician wears blue jeans.
Heaven forbid Ted Cruz try to be comfortable.
Yeah. Because, I mean, suits might be comfortable if you're Donald Trump and you spend $5,000 a pop on them.
On your Mexican-made suits?
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we can't divulge everything about Donald Trump.
No, we try not to talk about him too much on this show.
Yeah. We don't want to give his supporters more hope. Jeez. But, Ted Cruz probably doesn't have the cheapest suits either. But sometimes it's nice to kick off the nice slacks, put on a good pair of American blue jeans, and relax a little bit.
Did you see when Cruz filibustered?
2012?
Yeah, was it 2012? Whenever he did his filibuster, he had a suit and tie on, and as he went the next day when he was still filibustering, the only thing he ever did was just loosen his tie slightly. So you look at that and you're like, oh, he's beginning to crack. But I mean, it's amazing to me that the man could sit there all night for 13 hours?
Yeah, he went for a while.
And the most he does is loosen his tie a little bit.
Well, he had to stay comfortable, though.
I know, that's the thing. However he wants to stay comfortable. Clothes, I think, is ridiculous to sit there and go, oh, he's pandering by wearing blue jeans.
Yeah.
A lot of people wear blue jeans. And a lot of people don't pander when they wear them. But, yeah, it's a little absurd. But.
Oh, the big but for the day.
The Iowa Caucus was a fraud.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
Well, I mean, besides the coin toss, how else could it be?
No, you're talking about that's totally legal, fair.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's the fair. I actually read something on NPR. They're really trying hard to dispel this whole coin flip thing going on. They're like, no, it was not settled by a coin flip. And then they posted a Twitter link to somebody, and the person who tweeted it had a picture of them flipping a coin. So I'm not sure what NPR was trying to really do there. Because they talked about how, no, it wasn't really a coin flip. And then we got this video here to prove it. And then the video shows a coin flip.
Well, my biggest question now is, after the coin flip, does Bernie Sanders receive the ball in New Hampshire? It's a sports metaphor, never mind.
What is...
Football. If you win the coin toss in the beginning, you get to choose if you receive or if you kick off or what end zone you want to defend. Most of the time, if you win, you defer.
I didn't think you really defended the baskets, though.
Or the end zones. But anyway.
I didn't know the end zone baskets.
Yes,
Sorry.
the end zone baskets.
My apologies.
Yeah.
I don't know the lingo.
So most of the time, if you win, you defer, which means you receive the ball, and the other team kicks off. But after halftime, the people that received
nerd alert! Oh
first,
my word!
The people that received first will most likely kick off at halftime. So since Hillary Clinton won the coin toss in Iowa, she probably deferred, and now it's time for Bernie Sanders to win in New Hampshire, or at least receive the ball in New Hampshire.
Well, as far as we know, he won in Iowa, too, because we don't know for sure. They're not releasing the official numbers.
No, and really it was a tie in Iowa between them. I can't believe Hillary Clinton and her campaign and all of her supporters are saying that she won.
Before they were done counting.
Yeah.
That's the Clinton way, though.
And right now in New Hampshire, she's only up by 0.1%.
In New Hampshire?
Yeah.
I thought she was losing in New Hampshire.
Oh, from the last I looked, it was...
We'll be getting to those polls on Friday.
Oh, sorry.
Way to jump the gun.
I'm a gun jumper.
Huh? What's that? You're a what?
Gun jumper.
Oh my goodness. More of that radical Republican, hate speech.
Oh, yeah.
Rhetoric.
Yep.
Disgusting. But no, Iowa, though... Like you just pointed out, the Democrats are not releasing the official numbers on that. It's got some people wondering, did Hillary actually lose? And they're just trying to cover for her. There's a lot of indiscrepancies in the tallying of the votes for the Democrats in Iowa. But on the Republican side,
yeah, there's a huge...
the plot thickens here. Donald Trump is out there calling for a redo of the election.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously he was going to win.
Yeah, he was.
And Ted Cruz stole it. Ted Cruz stole the election. He picked up the state of Iowa and he hid it in his coat jacket.
Stole it.
Nobody knew where Iowa was.
Unbelievable.
He hid Iowa from Donald Trump, and now Donald Trump's mad. He can't get Iowa out of Ted Cruz's coat pocket. We were talking about how Ted Cruz dresses.
Yeah.
There's a reason for those jeans. You can store a lot of states in those pockets.
Yeah.
And that's why Ted wears them.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, it is.
See? He's a crafty Canadian. But Donald Trump now is calling for a redo because Ted Cruz stole the election. And Sarah Palin out there is rambling crazily again like she usually does.
Yeah. Good old Sarah Palin. I wonder if her daughter Bristol will write an article about her slamming Ted Cruz. Of course, this all boils down to the reason why they say that Ted Cruz stole the election in Iowa is because CNN came out saying that Dr. Ben Carson was going home to Florida and not picking up the trail in New Hampshire or in South Carolina.
And this is the thing. CNN, it was an actual news article. It was an actual news story, not just an article. They reported it on the air that Ben Carson was not going to New Hampshire. He was going home to Florida. And that he was not going to New Hampshire after that. He was going to Washington, D.C. for the prayer breakfast.
Right.
And then they also reported that he was going to be making a big announcement.
Right. And with all that added up, really...
All the Cruz campaign did, and Ted Cruz himself has since apologized to Ben Carson. But all the Cruz campaign did was circulate the article. What they didn't do, and they probably should have done, is circulate a retraction once it was retracted. But I also, I do believe they should have, and that's what Ted Cruz apologized about. But what was Ben Carson doing telling the media he's going home for, as he put it, a fresh set of clothes?
Right.
What is that? I like Ben Carson, intelligent man. I would gladly be willing to vote for him if he is the Republican nominee.
Oh yeah.
But why are you telling the media you're going home for a fresh set of clothes?
Well, not only that, why does the media think that you're not going to be in New Hampshire or South Carolina? I mean, I honestly, I like Dr. Ben Carson. I think him or his campaign wasn't really very specific on how or what was going on. Of course, did they really have to bring it to the news? No. Why would you want to do that? They mess it up all the time, whether it's Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, whatever. You can throw out the soup variety of letters, but you just don't do that. Honestly, you don't do that. If you're running for president, you stay there. You have a fresh pair of clothes brought to you.
Well, no dry cleaners? Was there nobody you could...
I mean, it is Iowa.
True. Let's go grab some corn stalks and knit together a suit,
There you go. Talk about pandering.
Right.
Corn stalk suit?
Ben Carson walks into the caucuses. He's got got his suit made of corn stalks.
He's got a corn pipe. He's just not pandering.
No, not at all. But Donald Trump now is so desperate to explain away why he lost to Ted Cruz. Again, though, the original story was second place is great. I wasn't expected to get second place. Nobody projected me to get second place except for 13 polls before that. Aside from that, nobody expected him to get first, to win or place well at all. Nobody expected that.
No.
13 polls. I mean, that's whatever. Yeah. Projecting him to win Iowa, and every news anchor before the Iowa caucus saying Donald Trump's going to win this. Aside from that, nobody expected him to win, and he pulled second, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. A tweet from Donald Trump back in 2013 said, of course, nobody remembers who got second place.
So who got second in Iowa?
Who?
I don't know.
As Brent here so bluntly pointed out, second place, of course, is the first loser.
Yes.
So Donald Trump is the first loser. And he went on a Twitter rant all day yesterday attacking Cruz and lashing out at him and now talking about legal action. And that's where Sarah Palin, who, of course, is a Trump puppet, a trumpet. She's out there. Have you ever heard? I was doing some show prep, and we've talked about reading transcripts of what Donald Trump says.
Oh my goodness! Please tell me you have one.
No, I have even better. Have you ever read the transcripts of what Sarah Palin says?
Oh my goodness, no.
Let's delve into this here. I got some up here. This was in her endorsement.
Okay.
Of Donald Trump, and he, who would negotiate deals, kind of with the skills of a community organizer, maybe organizing a neighborhood tea. Well, he deciding that, no, America would apologize as part of the deal. As the enemy sends a message to the rest of the world that they capture and we kowtow and we apologize and then we bend over and say, thank you, enemy.
What? Is she talking about Trump or Obama?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Right. This was an attack on President Obama.
Oh, okay.
She also says politics being kind of brutal business. You find out who your friends are, that's for sure.
Her and Biden should come out with books about their idiosyncrasies. That's a word, right?
Yes, it is. I don't know what it exactly means right offhand, but She also said, and that blank check, too, making no sense because it's led us to things, oh gosh, to pay the bills, then we have had to print money out of thin air.
Yeah. Hey, Trump, you should be really proud of her endorsing you. And all the Trumpies out there, the ones that like to follow Donald Trump. You should be proud of that. I mean, she speaks goodly. She knows what she's saying-ish, kind ofly. And she has a good handle on politicking-ly.
We should get Sarah Palin on the show. She will make you sound like you know words.
And sentences.
And sentences. I was watching Fox News the other day, and not a real news source,
right?
But this was after the Iowa caucuses, and Andrea Tantaros, I believe, on Outnumbered.
Okay.
She's a big Trump fan, and she was really upset about it, and she got quite hostile with a guy who is pointing out that Trump didn't win, and Trump didn't defy expectations because everybody predicted he would win the Iowa. Everybody predicted Trump would win the Iowa caucus, and he didn't. He got second, which is not winning.
Right.
Taking home nobody goes to the Olympics saying, you know what, we're just going to go for the silver. I don't want anybody going for gold. We're not going to take home any gold. We're just going for silver. Especially Donald Trump, who's been out there saying, we're winners. We're winners. Everybody else is losers. Well, Donald, you didn't win. What does that make you? What does that make you?
First place loser.
Yes. And a very sore one at that, because he's now huffing and puffing about taking legal action against Ted Cruz, because Ted Cruz illegally... He even used in one of his tweets the terms illegally stole the election. Then he cut that out. He remodified the tweet and reposted it with the illegally cut out. So apparently Ted Cruz legally stole the election. I don't know how that works. But Trump apparently, like most things, he doesn't actually know the law well. So I doubt he's quite familiar with that.
Yeah, he'll be a great president, people. He barely knows what he's talking about right now. He doesn't know the Constitution. I mean, the president that's sitting right now doesn't even know the Constitution, and he's a constitutionalist scholar.
And that's a very good point. That's
like,
and remember too, Donald Trump is supposed to be this tough guy who can take it. He can take it. Well, no, he can't. He's whining a lot. And what is he going to do if somebody else is mean to him during it? Is he going to start suing people in office?
Yeah, that's
I wonder how well that would work with Russia.
Suing you, Putin.
I'm suing you, Putin. Pooty poot.
You bring up a very good point. A lot of people.
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, he's tough. He's this. He's that. He gets mad when a microphone doesn't sound good.
Oh, are you saying we need to find a clip of that clip?
Oh yes, let's find that clip. This guy gets upset because a microphone isn't doing so well when he's talking, and he wants to fire somebody. Are you kidding me? Megyn Kelly, whether you agree or disagree with her, whatever, she was just trying to do her job, and he gets all huffy and puffy with her. Ted Cruz wins in Iowa, and he gets all pouty. Somebody, please get Donald a rattler, and so that he can take his mind off of this, because he's a giant baby.
All right, I think we have the clip here. Turning up lay volume.
Now, by the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell brought this mic system, don't be the son of a bitch to put it in, I'll tell you.
And they cheer. They did.
Yeah, they cheer.
Wait, wow. We got more of the clip.
Stupid mic keeps popping. Do you hear that, George? Don't pay him.
Yeah, don't pay him, George.
Don't pay him. I believe in paying. But when somebody does a bad job, like this stupid mic, you shouldn't pay the best, sir.
So if he does a bad job as a president, we don't have to pay him?
I don't know if it works that way. That's not a two-way street, usually.
Well, I'm just saying he's doing a bad job campaigning. So, I mean, granted, he is doing his own funding, but
Yeah, which he actually said in a tweet that I don't think I'm getting enough credit. This is a recent tweet. This was the day after the Iowa Caucus. He comes out and he says, I don't think I'm getting enough credit for self-funding my campaign. I'm the only one to do it. I'm still going to keep doing it, but it's not worth it.
Oh, yeah. The presidency isn't worth it, huh, Mr. Trump?
Well, the fact that he's not getting enough attention makes it not worth it. That's all he wants. It's not about self-funding his campaign. It's about people fawning all over him for self-funding his campaign.
Yeah.
If that's what he's admitting with that tweet. It's not getting enough credit for self-funding my campaign. It's not worth it anymore.
Yeah. This poor guy that sets up the mic, though, he probably is married, has a couple of kids. He's just trying to make it by. He didn't set up the mic so that Donald Trump would sound bad. It just happened.
Yeah, but Donald doesn't care.
No, and Donald really, frankly, doesn't need very, very much help sounding bad. He does it great by himself.
He helps himself. But this is the thing, going back to our thing about Carson and Cruz. I don't think Carson would have. I don't think anything Cruz did by circulating that news story, that valid news story, I don't think Cruz hurt Carson at all. I don't think Carson is what the people of Iowa wanted. He still placed fourth, but it was a huge difference. He was 14 points behind Marco Rubio.
Yeah, something like that.
And about 14 and a half behind Donald Trump, because Donald Trump barely held on to the second place position.
Yeah, and really, I don't think, like you pointed out, Cruz circulated the valid story, but Cruz wasn't out there being malicious about it. He wasn't saying, we're taking out Ben Carson. It's something that Ben Carson put out, or his campaign put out themselves, and the Cruz campaign saw it and was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, Carson campaign took it to the press. Why they did that, I think that was a huge mistake on Carson's part. At this point, he has to know the media. He has to know how they operate. And to give them the story that he's going to fetch a fresh set of clothes, what is that? How do you expect somebody to take that? That on the surface, that sounds like a lame excuse for suspending your campaign.
Right.
Like to not say you're suspending it yet, but it sounds like a lame excuse for why you're suspending it.
Yeah, I'm going to go home and think about it.
Yeah. I mean, why didn't he just say, I need to go home, I want to rest up a bit, I'm tired, it's been long, I want to sleep in my own bed?
Or even after the caucus was done and everything was said and done, he goes home for a day, and then he goes up to New Hampshire without saying anything.
Yeah, because it sounds like he released this before the caucus was even over.
Right, and it's just like you don't do that. You've been campaigning for the better part of a year. You know how the media. You know how the media goes. You know how the media runs.
And as we pointed out with the Marco Rubio thing, you want to know how the media operates, look point blank to the fact that they are praising Marco Rubio. They make it sound like Marco Rubio won the Iowa Caucus, even though Ted Cruz won the Iowa Caucus.
Well, the reason that they're doing that is because Marco Rubio is now the establishment horse. And you gotta keep the establishment in if you want anything done. I mean, it's been proven, right?
No.
Oh. Well, it will be proven, right?
No, it's actually been the opposite. It's actually been disproven that is the right way to do things.
Yeah, well, you know what? Then the voters need to stop listening to the media and start looking at the guys that are actually going to do something. Ted Cruz, somebody wants something different, you go with Ted Cruz. If you want a loudmouth, narcissist, egotistic man again, you go with Donald Trump. If you want an establishment, you go with Marco Rubio.
If you want a lifelong smoker, you vote Brent.
Yes, vote Brent for president.
Vote Brent. He's sponsored. He's self-funded with the help of Camel Cigarette Company. Are you Marlboro? Did Camel dump you?
Yeah, it's more Marlboro.
Okay, that's
Cowboy Killers.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's if you want that lifelong smoker who comes at it from that perspective. We got him right here on the Russinized Your Day show.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
I mean, I'm going to find a cure for cancer pretty quick.
Well, you're going to have to because it'll probably take you before you find that. You're smoking a pack a day?
Yeah.
Folks, if you want to get in touch with us, Russinize at whirlwindmedia.com. Check us out on Twitter at Russinized, Russinized. And check out at Whirlwind Media. We got more projects in the works outside of the Russinize Your Day show that Brent and I are personally working on. We hope to update you on those soon. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with the last episode of the week tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Friday's episode. So have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon.